The great Oz has spoken. Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great Oz has spoken.
Who are you?
Oh, I am the great and powerful Wizard of Oz.
You are? I don't believe you.
No, I'm afraid it's true. There's no other wizard except me. You humbug! Yes, it's exactly so. I'm a humbug.
Oh, you're a very bad man.
They have all the songs. I wish that they had the whole thing. I wonder. Yeah.
unknown is not one touch, looking brand new. Find another touch sinking off, so it goes unused. The unknown is not one touch, looking brand new. Find another touch sinking off, so it goes unused. Dying for something, it's all or nothing. This life taken, it won't be forsaken. My thoughts are lit, second deception. My thoughts are lit, so divided. You tore your way in, your love is divided. The scars off the lights and the scars. I ask for is possible peace of mind. I don't want it anymore. I'm just a slime to ignore. But I wish I could just leave it all behind. You tore your way in, I'm not mistaken. Revenge is calling and I'm not falling. My thoughts are left so divided. Spent by your lying. Take me from these barren ways and leave your promises behind. Your promise was for you to break. Forget all you was forsake. Storm the gates to watch them fall. Blindly you will kill us all. Separate from all my ties. No escape from pretend lies. We feel this pain in our hearts. Our weakness. Is not who we are. I can't. But we will find our truth somewhere. The time has come to make a choice. Take a stand and raise your voice. Where your heart, upon your slave. Jump as all that courage play. A common ground we must obtain. We will live our life in vain. These are our words, our bargain lies. We feel this. Our weakness is not who we are. I can't change everything today. But we will find our truth somewhere. This freedom we adore, the cost of waging war, and with no victory, remains for us all. The actions that we take bring no hope of resolve. The abuse of this power, reaching good for us all. We're falling as we burn to the ground. Destruction surrounds me. Millions strong, still we don't make a sound. This apathy breaks me. A new dawn now will rise upon our nation's eyes. Yet without that with truth, and rebuild them with lies. The murder said and done, I say, this will be our judgment day. We're falling as we burn to the ground. Millions strong, still we don't make a sound. This apathy breaks me. That I long to destroy our hate. That I long to destroy our hate. That I long to destroy our hate. This apathy breaks me. We're falling as we burn to the ground. Destruction surrounds me. Millions strong, still we don't make a sound. This apathy breaks me. Breaks me. Breaks me. Breaks me. Well, this mark for all you've been through. Throw your own down the wall, step fast, you won't know why. Break into the end of your sanity. Safe in silence, breathe defiance, stranded and life. Open your eyes and look what's before you. There's a price on your beginning. Until for your soul, and the weight of the world is lifted from your shoulders. I will see myself standing here at this grave that holds my past and all my fears. Don't dig them up, don't dig them up. Set me free, beckoning myself to rise. Open your eyes and look what's before you. It's a price on your beginning. Until for your soul, and the weight of the world is lifted from your shoulders. And on this day, yeah, your soul and your Open your eyes and look what's before you. You're now beginning. So for your stars, yes,
This is easier said than done. Strictly wanting to make it.
What's up, buddy? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I wonder if I gotta come out and go back in. Oh, you're muted. Hey there,
Hi.
fella.
My internet is being a bitch.
Yeah, I had same issues with Luke this morning. It's like I can't deal with that. It's so frustrating, especially when you're trying to have a good conversation, you know?
Maybe we should listen.
I mean,
Probably trying to tell us to get the fuck off of here. Maybe. What is this? No, stop it. Are you talking?
no.
Oh. Well, what's on your mind?
No, I just got done doing some studying for this new job, trying to bone up. Hoping hoping I can pull it off. Should be able to. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but it's all new software I gotta learn, and you know, that's never fun because I'm usually very exponential. So it takes me a real long time, using it, and then eventually boom, I take off. But I don't know how long the learning curve is on it, you know? Does this bother you?
Yeah.
Does smoking
Not at all.
bother you?
Not at all.
It was pretty
I
cool
love
talking.
smoking.
You used to? Or
Oh, yeah. I smoked for like 30 years.
I think I used to love one of my favorite things was sitting out front of a clubhouse, you know, and just, I'd have extras and I'd always be like hanging out, just giving them away, carrying on conversations with people. We had some really good clubhouses down here. Not all areas have very good clubhouses.
I heard.
Atlanta was pretty cool. Atlanta had some cool ones.
Yeah.
A lot of young people. Like I was the old guy there.
Nice. I went to a world conference in Atlanta.
What was that like? I've never been to a conference.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, that was what was that now? Like 10 years ago? No. Yeah, 10, 11 years ago. Yeah,
That
I was
was
just
at
coming up
that was the
on
beginning,
1
right?
year.
1 year. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I when I was an Allentine, when I was a
Well, it
kid.
was, yeah, it was. I had like a little thing in there, but it was like almost my third year in recovery at that time, and yeah, it was at it was where the Falcons played before. That's where they held the conference at that stadium there. Um, before they tore it down, excuse me, and built a new one. And
I'm
there was
thinking
like
about this.
70,000 people, 75.
Wow. Holy moly. Yeah,
Yeah.
every time they'd have one of those things, I think a lot more it was more younger people there, right? Or no?
No, it was a good swath of people.
Yeah. Yeah, the
I mean,
ones
they have young people's conferences, but I'm not
yeah,
really into those. I mean, I've been
yeah.
to, like, I went to a um, Eastern Regional in Louisville, a young conference, and then I went to Apple's Eastern Regional Conference or National Conference for young people in New York, and I mean, they're fine. I'm not a young person anymore, I guess. But the World Conference is different. That's the thing. Then we had tickets, and I had tickets to go to the one in 2020 in Detroit, and then obviously, way all in there got shut down. That was going to be where the Lions played at, and that was very cool. Uh,
There she
that would have been
is.
really cool to go to. Then the one that they did last year was in Canada. I don't know if it's go ever 5 years. Is she slow or slow?
You're lagging a little, but on the StreamYard it
Is it
looks like
me?
the two. Yeah.
Chad, did you just call me slow? Oh, I hope you got frozen like that. That'd be pretty.
I don't know.
That was awesome.
I just heard you guys chatting, and I was gonna eat my dinner with you guys if that's okay.
What's happening? Are you guys talking?
It's his stream.
Can I
Chat.
can I eat on your stream, Chad? That's sketchy.
No, it's fine. Eat.
Cheers.
Hey, my dad's gonna make chili. You like chili?
Yeah. Do you have any other questions about that, Brad? Because that.
No, that was it. I remembered when I was an Alateen, when I was a kid, a lot of the young guys would go to the conference and come back and be like, "Oh, it was the greatest bunch of young people. It's like a normal party, just without drugs and alcohol." It's like, yeah, I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Yeah, did you hear me, B?
Yeah.
Yes,
Are you
Brad.
are you down with chili?
Yeah, chili's awesome. I used to participate in a chili cook-off at my old job. Like I ran a chili cook-off, and I would compete. So
I won't tell my old man. The pressure will be on. Chad, you're the best character in the corner.
it's not a character. That's him.
That's what I mean. That's what makes it even better. I'd have had a blast getting sober with you, bro.
What's happening right now? This thing is possessed, I tell you. Oh man.
Says the guy with this thing on his forehead.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm trying to. Oh, I did turn off the bubble. Okay. I was thinking maybe the bubble's slowing me down.
I have the bubble right here.
Yeah.
There's yeah, there's a bubble over there. All right, so did you ever hear the Lord's Prayer being said by 70,000 people in a stadium at once?
Oh yeah, that's got to
That's
be
pretty cool.
awesome. Yeah.
It feels like a ghost going around the stadium. And
Where was this?
And then I had some friends who were on the floor, they were on the floor of the stadium, and because you can get seats down there or whatever, and so, but we were way up in the nosebleeds or whatever, and I was down there just messing around and doing the wave with people, getting them to do the wave, which was a lot of fun. And
Steph's in the house. Hi, Stephanie.
this is an awkward. Does this feel awkward?
Only because you're not playing your guitar.
Well, I cut my finger. Right. I don't know if you can see it right there. Looks like
No,
a
you
knuckle where it shouldn't be.
What'd you
there.
miss the tile?
I
or
did
what?
that yesterday. I was cutting. Now I'm trying to remember how the hell I did it.
I was gonna say it wouldn't have been with the wet saw.
How did I do that?
Must have been a razor.
No, I was okay. So I was holding what they call luxury vinyl tile.
Oh no!
And I was holding the piece. It was a 12 by 24 tile. So I'm holding the thing like this, and I'm cutting like a dumbass. You're not supposed to cut towards yourself, but I already scored it. So I thought maybe I can just get this little thing off of there, and it bink, and it hit pretty good in there. I was like, son of a bitch, and I knew immediately, but I don't know how deep it was, but it just was bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and so then I went and put Band-Aids on it and stuff, and that was yesterday, and I don't really want to bend it or anything and get it open, so I guess I could play guitar like this, a couple of. It's I can't do it with
that sucks. I don't mind, but I wouldn't want you to be tempted to bend the finger because I know what that's like. Yeah, you're the reason why when I was working at Home Depot, they gave us those stupid knives. The ones that don't go all the way out.
Which ones?
The ones that only have a dinky little
Those
thing.
are dumb.
Yeah, exactly. They're like,
oh, I thought you were talking about the actual. The timing is just off. The timing is off, I tell you. And no,
You gotta,
Stephanie, you did not just make me feel awkward. What I have going on my end here is like robots and then me talking to myself and then waiting for somebody to respond. And when they respond, and then I start talking and they start talking. So that's the awkwardness. But the knife that you're talking about, I had, I worked on this job. There was like this job, big commercial job during the COVID times. It was called the Foxconn job, which was like a big ass job that was sold during the Trump stuff. Anyhow, um, they, like some of these big commercial jobs are all like so safety conscious where it's so stupid. They had like you had to wear. I don't mind wearing a hard hat and like gloves and stuff when you have to, safety glasses or whatever. But like, so the way that this works usually is like you go when you get hired by a company, they go through a safety training. You go watch a video, they tell you blah blah blah. This is the PPE and blah blah PPE, and then when you get to like any new job you go to, you got to go to the job trailer first and watch their video on safety and their PPE requirements. Blah, 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 blah. In this particular one, PPE stands for personal protection.
equipment.
Personal protection
Equipment.
equipment. Yes.
Yeah.
For the ladies in the room, just in case you didn't know, just saying. Anyways, that was sexist. Sorry. They have okay. So on this particular job, you had to wear like this thing on your person, so that if you were to fall, it could detect it, and then it would send a signal out to the job trailer and show them where you are in the building, and then they had like you couldn't have you had to have level 5 cut gloves, which is ridiculous, and then you had to have like like a certain kind of high vis on, and then you had to have your utility knife that you had was a like a looked like a regular utility knife, but it was orange and could, it, the blade doesn't stay out. It's retractable, like spring loaded, and it's so stupid. It's like, what am I gonna do with this piece of shit? And then it was so bad, dude. They had like um, you had to if you were working in a lift, you had to have a spotter on the ground with you to stand on the floor and spot you the whole time. So for this is like a big scam, dude, because
Yeah.
all the lifts that are up there, like the electricians and stuff, you have to have basically 2 guys per lift. One guy does work and another guy does nothing. And then they had like like five or six different groups of safety check people that would go around the job, and they were like encouraged to find infractions. And they were dressed in blue with high vis, and so they looked like cops. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? All for this stupid building that never got used.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had to do any kind of work at
That's
like a
what
power?
yeah.
Have you ever had to do work at a power plant?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
If your company ever bids a power plant job, pray you never get it, because they'll have tile workers, they'll have plumbers, electricians doing jobs, on buildings, whatever. And yeah, they were the worst. They'll pay a guy $60 an hour just to be oversight and stand there and watch you work. And their goal is to ask questions. And you have to learn their lingo. So like their lingo to get them to back up off of you is things like, like if they see you're struggling with something, like you're trying to figure out what you're trying to do and how you're going to go about it, they start getting all nervous and everything. And so you'd have to learn to say stuff like, excuse me, we're in discovery mode. And when they heard discovery mode, they had to back up and let you do your thing, because it's a safety hazard to have them all up in your business while you're in discovery mode. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was how that job was. It was all exactly what you were just talking about. And here I am, like I'm doing sampling on waters on the wells that we drilled. And all it is, you run the water, you time it, and you're seeing how fast the water's flowing out, so you can see how much sand is building up in the little glass vial. But in order to do this, you have to take the gloves off, use your pen, write down the data, and then you have to swap the devices over. And as you're swapping, you have to unscrew it, and it's real fine pipe, so it's like 1/4-inch pipe, and it's a lot easier to thread that stuff without gloves on, to get it to thread without cross threading. But I have 2 tests to do, and I had to get this thing on and off within 15 minutes and run the sample. So the sample took, I don't know, like 12 minutes to run. So it only gave me 3 minutes to write down the data and swap the instrument out. And so this oversight is sitting right next to me, and he's giving me a hard time about taking my gloves off in order to thread this thing on. And I'm like getting so pissed off. So I get a right, or a violation. And it's not good for your not good for your company. Whatever.
It's all bullshit, dude. I worked at so I don't do any of the commercial shit anymore. Hopefully I never go back to it. Because I just got it kind of made where I'm at doing the residential, and it's still union, so that's really nice. And like, it doesn't feel like a union job, basically, is what I'm saying. But it's really nice. The I did almost like all commercial jobs for like the first 5 years or whatever. Like I worked over at the Haribo gummy bear factory. The one they have like, apparently they only have the one in Germany and then the one in Kenosha or whatever. So I worked on that one. But yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, if I have to go back to it, I would, but I don't really ever want to, because like, I like that I have a company vehicle. If I had to go and do the commercial thing again, the likelihood of having a company vehicle is like 0. And then you have to pay for your gas. You do get some mileage, but it's only like it's like mileage payback starts at like 50 miles from your front door. So it's kind of crazy, but I mean the insurance is good and all that stuff, but yeah, that's what's up. What's up with you guys? What are you doing?
Chad, I have a question for you. I heard that gummy bears are actually pronounced goomy bears. Is that a fact, or was I duped?
I'm sure somebody pronounces them that way.
I'm
Sounds
like
like
being
a weird
serious.
German thing.
Literally, someone told me that it was goomy bear, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And you would be someone to know, I guess.
It sounds like a German pronunciation or something, like Gubenbergs or something, Gubenberons, Gumensberens or something. I don't know.
Stephanie says it's a
Germany.
fact. Yeah,
it's a fact. Ah, wow.
In Germany, but here
she grew up. She was
we
there
call
a
them
long
gummy
time.
bears.
I know that.
Gummy bears.
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Gummy worms. What? Gummy worms? No, they're gummy bears and gummy worms. They're fucking gummies, bro. when they go to the dispensary, they're not like, bro, let's go get some gummies.
Okay, but that would sound
Like, let's
so
go-
much more on brand, though. Would that not sound so much better?
It would.
I
Yeah.
faced a fear today. I'm afraid of heights.
A what?
I faced a fear today.
Where the hell did you
Oh.
do that in Florida?
Yeah, right. It's the lighthouse
Oh,
on oh gosh, what is the name of the island? It's near St. Augustine Beach, but it's like Anastasia Island. Has the lighthouse. It's like famous during the like World Wars, and we got to go up it, and it's like 260 steps or something, which doesn't, for me, it didn't sound like a lot, but it was like 14 flights of stairs, which again, not terrible. However, I was like, oh, I was worried about, oh, am I gonna feel tired on the way up or something? But then after like 2 flights of a spiral staircase in like a really hot and congested lighthouse, I was like, am I gonna have a panic attack right now? But my mom and I and my dad, but my mom and I made it to the top. My dad was fine, but we were like freaking out, and we got to the top and we were like hugging the side. So we did it, but it was terrifying. So did you guys face any fears today, or just me?
Exposure therapy.
Yeah, I'll send you guys the photo. It's not for internet eyes, but it's like we're laughing so that we're not crying. Although it does kind of look like we're crying in the picture. So
Did you face any fears, Chad?
Did I face any fears? I mean, I got up and went to work.
what fears do you have, Chad? Like what?
And
That's like a.
I ended up siliconing a tub that I also grouted in the same day. I don't really like to do that, but I did that. I don't know. Let me think about the fears. It's interesting because I have a 4th step that I'm kind of stalling on right now, but there is a fear inventory. What kind of fears do I have? I don't know. Sometimes you don't know it until like they're upon you. So like one time I was working at a house and in Alpine Valley, and there was a like a thunderstorm kind of like around, but where I was standing, it was sunny out, and it was like a day like it is today, where it was warm and stuff, and I was standing out there, and I'm always kind of like thinking that it would be cool to see a tornado. Like I really want to see one because I've never seen one in person, and it seems to be something that I would like to see. But so I'm standing out there, and I could feel like static electricity, like really like going through me, and it freaked me out, dude. Like I gotta get the fuck inside because I normally I don't mind being out in like thunderstorms and stuff, but that scared the shit out of me, dude. And but that's like one of those ones where you don't really think about until it's there. What kind of fears do I have? I think I'm probably fundamentally afraid of everything. If I'm really honest. I'm afraid to be. Um, I think. I think there's a fear of um, being rendered alone and helpless about that. That's kind of a fear. Um, I don't know. Um, I think if I'm also honest, like if I'm in like the hood, if I have to go through the hood, um, I wouldn't walk around the hood without. I could drive through, but I would not walk through the hood. That scares me. Um, that's a genuine fear. Um, yeah, sketchy people that I perceive to be sketchy, I'm afraid of them. Like when I encounter them, they freak me out because I grew up around sketchy people, and so you don't really know, you know, kind of capable of anything. Um, I'm afraid of the economy shitting the bed, and losing our home, and I'm afraid. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
We can now.
That was a very long pause. That was like 5 seconds. That was like a
No.
5 second. Can you hear me? And then 5 seconds later, you guys were like,
No.
okay, so yeah, there's some fears. Spiders freak me out, like bugs like that. Um, Centipedes are fucking gross, dude. They're scary.
Aren't they poisonous?
They are, dude. They're scary. I don't know, but they look like they're fucking poisonous. So when I see them, I kill them without any kind of fear or regret.
Yeah. The thing I hate the most is having to kill uh, coral snakes. We have a lot of those in Florida, and those are the,
Oh
you
no.
know, red and yellow kill a fella, red and black friend a jack. So like when you see them, like I've had two on this patio that I'm sitting on, and I'm like, and I mean it was just happenstance that I noticed it was even in the patio, and I was like, whoa. And so, you know, this patio is my parents' patio. So I'm like, I got to get this thing out of here. Well, there's no getting one of those things out.
Right.
Like, you know, so you just have to take its head off and get rid of it. But those things, man, when they see that you start going after them, they get squirrely, boy. And that gets a little scary. I have a video when I was at that power plant where we had a giant python come up on the road, and so the protocol is they're supposed to call the environmental team, and they come out, and the guy that comes out, catches it. He just, he has one of those sticks that holds the head down, and then he grabs it. But but I have a video where one of the guys from the drill rig is tapping this like staff on the ground in front of the snake, and the snake is like, it coils up, and then all of a sudden he launches forward. I mean, and it happened so fast that I was like, dude, you better stop screwing with that damn snake. A little lag, a little delay, a little echo.
That's better.
We had crocodiles down there too. That was another cool thing.
Do you have any wait, alligators, right? Is where
Yeah, Florida mostly is alligators, but
do you
down
have you seen any? My parents are like actually disappointed because they haven't yet seen one since moving.
yeah, well, if you go walking by lakes and even the lakes that are inside um, developments and stuff at night, you'll hear the it sounds like a 100-pound frog.
Mhm.
You know, you'd think it's a frog sound, kind of. It's like this, you know. So yeah, a lot of people don't even realize it.
And also the frogs sound like ducks out here. They're
Yeah,
like they like quack. And
yeah.
they're like weird type of loud. So, I don't know. I think I have this like I don't know, like I don't know what it is. I feel like I think that irrationally that I would totally be able to outrun an alligator. Like I feel like I'm not worried at all about seeing one because like I have this weird thing where I'm like, oh, I would get away. I probably wouldn't, right? Like is
You,
that stupid to think? Like
you run zigzags.
yeah, and with my ACL, like I'm not running I'm not running zigzag on these guys. But I guess if it's my life, I'll make it work. But I don't know. I'm like way too confident about the moment I'm gonna see one of these things, which is so.
This is this is so funny to watch Double Chad. Because
I love.
one is so lagged, it looks like it's his twin brother.
Mm-hmm.
What if it is? Huh?
From the multiverse.
You.
There we go. There it is.
You.
Also, Chad, have you done something different to your hair today? It's like coiffed. Am I like? Am I wrong?
It's washed.
It looks good. It's like coiffed. It has
So you're
volume.
saying that my hair is normally shit, is what you're saying. I see. See how it is.
I'm saying maybe I normally just see you with a hat of some sort, and I
Oh,
didn't
yes.
even know what your hair looked like in general. But also, yeah, it looks like shit all the time, Chad. So just thank you for
You.
finally putting yourself together.
You.
One of these very important streams for us, you know?
So did we cover the fears? Who else? What other kind of fears have we got going on?
Well, so another fear I wanted to ask about, what about like irrational fears? Like I feel like all the things you're talking about are, I don't know, like justifiable fears. Like, okay, so one of mine is like sitting on a toilet and there's like a snake in the toilet. Like, when is that ever gonna happen?
It might not be something, but it might be super rational, honestly. Because like, okay, so this is interesting. So like when I one time recently, we were Carolyn and I were sitting at the table, and I was feeding her, and there was the fridge has like an ice machine in it. And not like an old school ice machine. It actually makes ice, and and one of the ice cubes like were finished and it fell into its tray, and she freaked out. She was like, "What the?" Like, she was like, "What was that, dude?" And it had her very concerned. And that's what I mean. Like, that's kind of like a super rational kind of thing. We could say it's irrational, but like that seems to me be something more that's like deep, like there's like a deep wisdom there. The same thing with like when you give her a bath and you let the water out, and the water you can hear the water draining.
Sounds like a lion's roar.
It just goes and that kind of freaks her out.
Yeah.
Or like I remember when I was a kid, public bathrooms would freak me out in general for a few different reasons. The toilets always sound like it was going to suck down the walls, and also when I was a kid in school, they would like I made the mistake of not understanding that you don't use the shitter at school when you're a kid because that's fucking stupid because the other kids like to wad up toilet paper and get it wet and throw it over.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what boys do? What is that?
Oh yeah.
What? Boys are so gross.
Well, that's not true. That's only partly true. I've worked in both men's and women's bathrooms,
Oh.
and women's bathrooms are fucking disgusting.
Okay, so boys are like they choose the gross things. Women just are when they're in the bathroom. Like everything that the women do in the bathroom makes it more gross. That's totally fair.
Yeah, I'm not commenting on that.
I will. Can I comment on this?
Yes.
I'm gonna comment on this because we have it so fucking made that we have such like great attributes or accoutrements of modernity
Mm.
and like here's the thing. You ever think about this? If the fucking bottom drops out and all the EMPs go off and we're stuck without being able to like make our own soap and or ass paper or whatever, we are completely fucked. And the women are going to be the first to be like, what the actual fuck is happening right now? And they will, and then men, I think, will be like, what the hell, dude? Like, they won't be able to deal with it. And so, like, there's a reason what happens when you get into a world where you kind of have all these like really great gifts, where like life is really better than you can imagine. Like, you just lose perspective. You lose perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't even know what a pheromone is anymore. It's ridiculous. No, I mean, that's
Tunji brought that up on Chris's stream today.
oh, really?
Yeah, he was watching like during COVID or whatever. He was watching the Survivor shows like Naked in the Wild or whatever.
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, and he says, and he'd be sitting there watching this and seeing and relating to the uncomfortability while he's in his comfortable, snug blanket and temperature controlled room. And and like the identification, having that identification to the uncomfortability. And Chris is like, no, I don't think I've ever been uncomfortable.
I used to have this funny series that I made. I thought it was funny. It was on it was like this little comedy bit that I made. There was like 6 episodes, but they're all gone now because I deleted them. But it was it was something like remember the things that what was it? What we miss about modernity. And what it was it was like it was me like talking about like, do you guys remember when blah blah blah? And there were like ridiculous little things like this. And one of them was like, uh, this is kind of crass, so whatever. But I'll just go there. Like even like I think the visual attractiveness of people itself that we have is kind of an attribute of modernity
Yeah.
because of the ability to kind of like select who you wish when you wish, and then have this kind of idea that like you don't have to be responsible for the Baron that you make, and you can just leave or whatever. And so and like if the bottom dropped out today in like 150 years, there'd be a bunch of ugly ass fucks walking around, and it'd be like they'd be there'd be legends of beautiful people at one point, the beautiful people of whatever modernity. And so Yeah, that's a weird thing to think about. But there's that. You have here's something that modernity took away.
Mm.
Here's something. There used to be a thing called what was it?
Uh,
A spit turn dog. You ever heard of spit turn dogs? So they used to have, if you could afford it, um, in your kitchen, uh, you would have a dog that would walk in a wheel, and it would turn the meat over the fire, and they eventually went extinct because we don't need that anymore. Look it up.
Is
Look
it
it up.
wait, like a woof woof like
Yes, a
dog?
real dog. Yes, look them
Whoa,
up. Yeah,
that's fascinating.
yeah. Kind of.
This kind of reminds me of what my mom said earlier today, where like she was talking about how Florida weather is like so unpredictable. And she's like, yeah, it's just like it's like it's really hard, I think, for like the weather guys to like get the like weather right or whatever. So we just like use our eyes now. And I was like, that's what like all humans used to do. It was just a very interesting way that she was just like, oh, I guess I'll like pay attention to the sky as though that's like a novel thing to
it
do.
is. It is very much a Florida thing where you'll be like stuck in like a Walmart or a Target, and the rain will be coming down, and you'll see all the snowbirds or the people from another state rushing out into the rain. You know, and all the Florida people are sitting by the door just with their arms crossed, just sitting there. Because they know it's 5 minutes that rain's gonna let up. You can walk out casually to your car.
Hmm.
But we always used to joke around and say Florida weathermen had the best job security because all you had to do was walk out there and say 20% chance of rain today,
Yep.
every day.
So that's a good exercise if you were to go and just really meditate on this. Think about the things that would be profoundly different if tomorrow the lights went off
I
permanently for
I
real.
think about it often.
But the like the ridiculous things like hygiene, but not see we think hygiene and be like, oh yeah, we
No,
would,
no, no, no. You're right. You're right. We'd all look like cavemen.
but women would have it really really bad, really 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 really
Well,
bad.
we would have to look at them.
It's not a problem for us. Let's face it.
Is it are you saying because of like makeup and hair and like what's the like why? Like what's
This
the
actually
and
might be why men are kind of more the way that they are as it relates to their. It seems to me that men have a lower threshold of discernment for um, pickiness, I guess, because in a world where women didn't have tampons and like uh, like like perfumes and all these kinds of things, they were like exactly what Brett said. We would have to look at them, right? And so, like, eventually you would just be like, well, yeah, it's like a thing. So I really think that's true. I know it's not like a, probably,
You're,
it's not,
Stephanie didn't have any fears, and so you started talking about no power and no makeup, and
but it's like, imagine where a world where you don't know how to make soap.
well, we would just start a fight club.
No, you don't know how to make soap. And then
Remember the movie
yeah,
Fight Club?
I know, but like you'd have to actually, the move would be to go to your local library and go find the books that have the things where that make soap and get all of them and then sell them But yeah, the babies, dude, the babies, it would be so. Oh man, it would be crazy. It would be really crazy. Like you have to like extend your imagination deep into this idea of all the little things that you don't get to have anymore.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know what? You know what?
in the
I I
beginning,
I would have a lot of book. I have a lot of books, and I would be kicking ass because I got a whole home improvement collection from like back in the day. You know
yeah,
when like where it has like one book on plumbing, one book on electricity, one book on tiling, one book. So it has a book for everything.
yeah, it'd be stuff like that. Yeah, I think it'd be good to know things about things like
I don't
that.
know. There's not many libraries around anymore, really.
What are you talking about?
Not around me.
Get the fuck out of here. There's libraries there. I guarantee it.
Yeah, bro.
Is that just a Florida thing?
I, I don't know. I think that I don't know. I mean, like when I was living in Atlanta, there were more libraries, so an inner city would have them. But and now Florida is pretty
He doesn't
stretched.
have libraries. Sorry.
Maybe
I
that's
just
why I
want
have so. That's why I have so many books.
What about like brushing teeth? How would you brush teeth? Or like,
Well,
yeah.
well, for me, it would be pretty easy.
we
Are,
still have to wash your mouth.
are yours attached?
No.
So you can just like pop them out?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I want to see tomorrow.
Oh, wow, wow.
That's wild.
No, I mean, like, if even like, it wasn't that long ago. Like, even like 200 years ago, if you were to break your ankle, there's a good chance you're kicking the bucket shortly.
Oh, you would get like a scratch, and there was a good luck you're
Yeah,
kicking the bucket.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. So, I mean, just little things like that are, and that's why I think if it were to happen, people are all of the like the post-apocalyptic literature is all like mayhem and like war and stuff, and I don't think that's actually what it'd be. I think it'd be different. I think it'd be like, well, we're definitely fucked. We should probably figure out how to get the fuck along. Because at that point,
Yeah.
all of our petty bullshit about like name the petty shit that seems big, whatever it is, it would just not be that important, and it'd be like you don't fuck around.
I
You just don't fuck around because if you fuck around, there is no law now, basically.
I also think like someone like you, Chad, who knows how to do something with their hands like be on the top of the hierarchy.
I
Like
would
I
have
think
a
that
very
power.
no,
Who
no, 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 no,
who the hell would want tile in that
Oh no,
condition?
I'm just saying
no, no.
someone
The thing
competent.
is I'd be a hard person to have in the village because I would be a curmudgeon, basically. I would, at least that's how I imagine it would be. But because I don't like to work, I hate working, and on top of it, like I have like a petty streak in me, so you can't be petty in that world. It
Yeah.
doesn't really work. You actually have to be very, like, you have to, at the very least, be able to feign humility well. Otherwise, like all of your kind of currency is in your attitude, basically, because you can't walk around in that world with petty bullshit. You can't be a peacock. You can't like you have to be you actually have to like you will be humbled. That's just the way it is. That's how I imagine it going, anyways.
It would be kind of fun to see the first person to talk shit in that environment without before they realize it's changed.
I don't think it'd be fun to see because I've seen
Well,
people fucking go crazy, dude.
like
People are crazy.
I remember a friend of mine. He used to have this. He God, what I don't. It was just the way he was wired. He was such an asshole. And we as friends had put up with it for a very long time. So he would say stuff like, what are you going to do about it? And just things like that, And I'll never forget, we were at like a Hooters and they brought the pitcher of beer over and they set it on the on those tables. And you know how those tables can get wobbly? Well, this dude that was the jerk bumped into the table and the whole pitcher spilled over all over my buddy's lap. And he's like, bro, you just knocked the pitcher all over me, bro. And he just like he always does, what are you gonna do about it?
And he slapped him.
And my buddy just gets up and he kind of shakes the beer off of his pants and everything. And he looks at him and he just cold cocks him. And it was one of those moments where I was like, yeah. It was like this was long overdue. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, sometimes people need to get woken up. And sometimes it's fun to be there when it happens.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like there wouldn't be. I think that there'd have to be like a long period of trying to figure out how to discern and how to actually carry out and enforce the law with wisdom in a way that is like not what's the word? Not being constrained by kind of bureaucracies or like things like this. And so I think it would get figured out. It would get figured out, but priorities would be just completely different. They would just completely like flip. And yeah.
Yeah, you're right
Food,
about the priority flippage, though, because
food would be really, really, really hard to come by.
yeah,
Like devastatingly hard to come by.
gangs would form real fast.
Maybe.
Yeah, they would.
Again, I think like there would be some of that, but I think that would flare out fairly quickly.
I don't mean like street gangs. I mean groups of people, even in an HOA where they're all yuppies
Mhm.
and they stockpile weapons or whatever. There would be these groups of people that would group together to protect theirs. And some of them would, probably tip past the point of rationality.
I think that my intuition thinks that it would probably be a lot. It wouldn't be as glamorous as Hollywood likes to make it, or as sensational even. I think it would be pretty straightforward. It would be pretty straightforward, and that kind of sensational shit would pass fairly quickly. And because they'd be like, well, first of all, we don't have a whole lot of ammo. We don't even know what the fuck it means to make ammo. We have no skills. We need to get fed. Number one, we need to figure out how to get fed, and we need to figure out how to do that in the long run. And almost nobody I know knows how to do that. And there's not enough wildlife around to sustain the population as it is, as far as food goes. So I mean,
When I was younger, I always had this vision of finding my way to like the Hoover Dam. Where like there was hydroelectricity. Like where because you ever watch that movie When People
Postman?
Are Gone? When People Are
Oh.
Gone.
No.
So they like take the days and they hypothesize what would happen if people weren't here on the planet anymore. And the Hoover Dam in the show because it was episodes. In one of the episodes, it finally got to a certain amount. It was like 100 years after people, and the Hoover Dam was just finally clogging up. Like it was. So like If you could tap into the power supply over there, you'd be good to go.
Well, I think that the bullshit would get weeded out very quickly. And I mean,
Yeah.
not people. I mean, the bullshit in people's attitudes would be like people would grow up, I think, fairly quickly. Like they would just do it. They would have to. Um, and
You
then I
think
think,
so? You really think so? Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess I think so, but not. I don't know. I feel like it would bring out bad, like worse in people to some extent. Like I
there's
feel
some
like that
people
would be like the first step is like the worst in people.
for some, yeah. And I think that those people would be a lot of those people. If I'm being, I think a lot of those people, the worst, the people who it brings the worst out in would be dealt with swiftly, quickly, because
And
you have, yeah.
yeah, I think there would have to be a lot of violence like first before people.
Because what that would do is basically it would basically kind of reestablish kind of like the new norm of like um it would shape the it's funny because as we talked about the cosmic background religion, the cosmic background religion would be shaped very very quickly. It'd be like uh, these assholes over here, like they basically it'd be like an I don't even know if you can even talk about this shit on YouTube because people would think that we're being plotting or something. I'm not plotting. I'm saying like I think well we went down to one person watching. That's awesome.
I don't think so. There's a bunch of people chatting like crazy.
It says one person. Anyways,
I think you're right though. I think there would be an inversion the way Hollywood does it, where they show that everybody gets violent fast. Or no, violence in groups is a slow progression because the way they're building a show, like Walking Dead or something. But I think you're right. I think it would happen fast, and then it would simmer out. But one thing that would always be there, I think, would be trust. Trust would dwindle down to such a small degree, you know, because you couldn't just arbitrarily trust everybody,
no, yeah,
you know.
discernment would go up quickly,
Yeah.
and like those kinds of things. There'd be like new signaling of how to like
But
communicate.
but do you? I have to disagree. Like I just like don't think that. I mean, I don't know. Like you look at like COVID, like discernment didn't go up when something crazy like COVID happened. Like
Mm,
like I know that's not the a great example, but that's that one example that I've experienced in my lifetime of something
well,
like like that. And I felt like people
they forced
they
us to
didn't get
isolate them.
smarter. They didn't make better decisions. They like
No, that's a different. It's a completely different set of constraints, and there's so much kayfabe happening around the COVID thing too that people still, I think, generally felt secure that the war, like we still had soap, we still had, you could still get food. You're like maybe you were having difficulty getting brakes for your car because of whatever. So some things popped up that were like, well, there's problems in the system here and there, but at the end of the day, we were still all on our fucking cell phones and watching television and eating McDonald's and steak dinners and still had toilet paper, even though it's hard to come by. Like, so I don't think that's a real, like, that's a kind of like a false image of the, the post-apocalyptic. That's more of like a nihilistic apocalypse where it's like this kind of like, this soft apocalypse where it's kind of like actually more like hell than an apocalypse where you still get everything you want but you can't connect with people. And so it's aimed at giving you all the comforts you need, and then destroying your trust for people and individualizing you more and more. This event that I'm talking about would do the opposite of individualize you. It would the individual within you would
Have to. Yeah.
And I would say from a male perspective, um, that's probably as realistic as it gets, because you know, all these so-called beta males, you find out how beta they really are. I don't think these beta males are as beta as the world likes to project they are. They just have the luxury of acting like betas.
well,
You know,
yeah. It's not only that. It's not just that. It's like all of the constraints of like that make people conform, that which is good. I mean, conforming is a good thing when it's to the right thing, but when you're merely conforming to keep your comforts, or it's yeah,
you
and
know
I
what
don't know. Yeah,
you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when nightclubs got to the point where everybody had security. Like, not all nightclubs had security, really. I mean, like, you end up in a nightclub or a bar and it wouldn't always have security. So like, you'd notice this evolution of the way people behaved in clubs. So all of a sudden, everybody got a little bit more tactful, a little bit more respectful.
Yeah.
But then if anything did jump off, they kind of knew they had a couple of good punches that they could get in before bouncers would come rushing in and be taking people out.
Yeah.
So like, there was the safety barrier that they were counting on, where, you know what I mean? Like, so it's
Yeah.
amazing how, like, when the construct is in place, how people behave differently. So like, what I'm saying, Chad's saying, is when those safety mechanisms and things are gone, I think people are a lot more quicker to figure out where the lines are.
We've already had the post-apocalypse for most of our existence, so that's what tells me I think we'd be fine, honestly. Because actually, the real post-apocalypse is the one where you get all the shit that you ever wanted, except connection to people.
So the one we're heading towards.
Well, the one that, like, when the way I think about this is like, pre-modern people living in a post-apocalyptic world that we imagine would be. They lived in a world where they didn't have electricity or all the things, all the things, and they had a lot of difficulties, but they seem to get by just fine, to some degree or another. And they weren't just, it wasn't complete mayhem all the time.
I feel like the guy on your left is making fun of you.
He's a fucking asshole.
He keeps imitating your hand signals.
That being said, I should probably get going so I can spend a little time. It was really nice talking with you guys. I'm glad we got to talk about that. I never get to talk about apocalypse in the way that is, like, I think, productive and, like, useful and not so doomy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right. Bye,
See you
everybody.
See you in the morning.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
That's it. Fuck.